Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today, starting with the Detroit Tigers versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as road favorites at minus 185. Detroit plus 155 with the over-under at 9. Detroit coming into this matchup 29-39. The Twins 35-35. Pitching for the Tigers is Joey Wentz with an ERA of 7.23. Pitching for the Twins is Jose De Leon with an ERA of 3.86. Wentz, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Leon, his last start, from what I'm looking at, it's looking like Leon's making his first start of the season for the Twins here. Detroit beating Minnesota yesterday 7-1 in the second part of the back-to-back. Actually, no, it was not a back-to-back. My bad. They are on a 2-game winning streak against the Twins, and Twins just aren't playing well right now. Wentz hasn't been good on the mound for Detroit, though. He's given up a lot of runs here, and they are just 2-6 on the road. Not a great road team. Really not a matchup I'm in love with. Don't know anything about De Leon. We'll see how he does on the mound for the Twins. Not in love with Wentz here. I think the Twins bounce back at home. I think Wentz gives up a good bit of runs, and I think I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins at home. Next matchup, we've got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Baltimore plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 43-26. The Cubs 32-37. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 3.90. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 2.65. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Steele, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 1 strikeout. Baltimore coming off a bad loss yesterday against the Cubs, losing 10-3. Cubs playing good baseball right now on a 4-game winning streak, 6-1 in their last 7. Baltimore has struggled against the Cubs. They're 3-8 straight up against the Cubs. And I think now that the lines are switched, I think Baltimore is a good underdog today. Gibson hasn't been that bad on the mound. Steele's been pretty good on the mound there for the Cubs here. But I like Orioles to play a better game today, and I'll take Orioles plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Washington Nationals. Marlins opening up as road favorites at minus 160. Washington plus 145 with the over-under at 9. Miami coming into this matchup 39-31. Washington 27-41. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 4.10. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 5.81. Garrett, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. Miami on a 2-game winning streak, beating Washington 6-5 yesterday. And Washington just 2-8 in their last 10. They're really struggling here. Miami 7-1 straight up against Washington, 10-2 on the road against Washington, where they've played very well. And Garrett's been pretty decent on the mound. Irvin, not so great on the mound for the Nationals. And I'm going to roll with the Marlins on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Oakland Athletics. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 165. Oakland plus 140 with the over-under at 9. Phillies coming into this matchup 36-34. Oakland 19-53. Pitching for the Phillies is Christopher Sanchez with an ERA of 6.23. Pitching for Oakland is James Caprillion with an ERA of 6.89. Sanchez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Caprillion, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Phillies on a 4-game winning streak, beating Oakland 6-1 yesterday. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak right now. Had that big win streak, but now we're racking up some losses, kind of getting things back to the Oakland we know so far this season. Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Phillies on the road here. Just not in love with Oakland at all. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -150. White Sox +130 with the over-under at 7. White Sox coming into this matchup 30-41. Seattle 34-34. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 3.54. Pitching for the Mariners is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 4.38. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The White Sox on a 2-game losing streak right now. Losing to Seattle yesterday 3-2. Still, I think a pretty good underdog, despite how poorly they have played on the road. Gilbert coming off some rough starts on the mound, coming off a 6-run game, then a 5-run game 2 games prior. I still think White Sox are a good underdog, and I'll take Chicago +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -125. Cincinnati +105 with the over-under at 8. Reds coming into this matchup 35-35. The Astros 39-31. Pitching for the Reds is Hunter Green with an ERA of 4.01. Pitching for the Astros is Brandon Bilak with an ERA of 4.01. Green, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Bilak, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Reds on a 6-game winning streak right now, beating Houston yesterday 2-1. And yeah, Reds are playing good baseball, 8-2 in their last 10. Houston kind of struggling here, 3-7 in their last 10. The Reds 5-0 on the road, 10-3 on the road against the Astros here. Pretty even pitching matchup, and I still like the Reds as underdogs today. They're playing really good. They're hot. I'll take Reds +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -300. Colorado +240 with the over-under at 10. Colorado coming into this matchup 29-43. The Braves 44-26. Pitching for the Rockies is Connor Siebold with an ERA of 4.70. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 2.69. Siebold, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Elder, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Colorado on a 3-game losing streak. Back-to-back losses against the Braves. Braves playing good right now, 8-2 in their last 10. Back-to-back 8-run games, 2 against the Rockies. And 8-1 at home, playing good. Bryce Elder coming off 2 bad starts on the mound, but he's been good on the mound this season. And I'm going to roll with the Braves at home. All right, next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Kansas City Royals. Angels opening up as road favorites at -165. The Royals +140 with the over-under at 10. Angels coming into this matchup 40-32. The Royals 18-51. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 4.56. Pitching for the Royals is Mike Mayers with an ERA of 5.06. Canning, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Mayers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Angels beating the Royals yesterday 3-0. A nice little shutout win for them. They're playing pretty good right now, 8-2 in their last 10. Royals still have lost their last 10. They're playing very, very poorly here. Angels 5-1 against the Royals. Then good head-to-head. Royals 1-6 at home. Just, playing very disappointing baseball here. And no real chance I'm going to back the Royals at all. And I'm going to roll with the Angels on the road. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 34-34. The Brewers 35-34. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 3.41. Pitching for the Brewers is Wade Miley with an ERA of 3.67. Keller, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Miley, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 0 strikeouts. The Pirates on a 4-game losing streak, losing to the Brewers yesterday 5-4. The Brewers finally snapping that bad losing streak that they were on. Pirates, they've struggled against the Brewers, 4-12 against the Brewers on the road. Not the best road team right now. Man, tough matchup. Very even, identical pitching matchup here. And in a pick'em scenario, I think I'm going to lean in favor of the home team, and I'm going to go with the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -160. Cardinals +135 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 27-43. The Mets 33-36. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with an ERA of 5.79. Pitching for the Mets is Kadai Senga with an ERA of 3.34. Wainwright, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Senga, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Cardinals 2-8 in their last 10. They are on a 6-game losing streak, losing to the Mets badly yesterday, 6-1. 1-4 on the road against the Mets. Yeah, this Cardinals team is playing very badly. Wainwright hasn't really been that great on the mound here. Senga has been pretty decent, and I think I'm going to roll with the Mets at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -130. The Yankees +110 with the over-under at 9. Yankees coming into this matchup 39-31. Boston 35-35. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 4.70. Pitching for the Red Sox is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.78. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Bello, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Yankees coming off a very bad loss yesterday against the Red Sox, 15-5. Boston on a little 2-game winning streak. Neither team playing that great right now. Yankees are 7-3 straight up against the Red Sox here. Just a very bad performance yesterday by the Yankees. A pretty even pitching matchup here, and I like the Yankees to bounce back. I still think yesterday was kind of just a fluky game. Crazy game for Boston. I don't think they're going to be able to repeat that kind of performance here, and I'll take Yankees +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -115. The Rays -105 with the over/under at 8. Rays coming into this matchup 51-22. The Padres 33 and 36. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.28. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 3.78. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Snell, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. The Rays on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Padres yesterday 6-2. Nice win for them with McClanahan on the mound. They're 10-1 against the Padres, 6-1 on the road against the Padres. They've been very good against San Diego here. And Eflin's been good on the mound. He's had a couple rough starts here and there, but I still like Tampa, especially if you're getting him as an underdog today. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Rays plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -170. The Giants plus 145 with the over-under at 8.5. Giants coming into this matchup 37 and 32. The Dodgers 39 and 31. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 4.80. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA of 0.78. Wood, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 run in his last 3 starts. He's been very good on the mound for the Dodgers this season. Giants beating the Dodgers yesterday 7-5. They're on a 5-game winning streak right now. Even though the Giants, they have struggled against the Dodgers, 3 and 15 against LA, 2 and 9 on the road against the Dodgers here. I do like Miller on the mound. I mean, hardly gives up any runs. He's just been excellent for the Dodgers this season, and I think I'm gonna take LA at home. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at -115. Arizona -105 with the over-under at 8.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 32 and 37. Arizona 42 and 28. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.29. Pitching for Arizona is Tommy Henry with an ERA of 4.86. Bieber, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Henry, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off an Arizona loss yesterday. Nice win for Arizona. Cleveland is just 1-5 on the road against Arizona. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say. Henry coming off 2 rough starts on the mound, but he's been okay this season for Arizona. And I think I'll take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5 at home. And then the last matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -120. Toronto plus 100 with the over-under at 9.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 39 and 32. The Rangers 42 and 27. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 2.76. Currently don't have the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays. The only pitcher I couldn't find on the slate, so we'll see who ends up pitching for Toronto today. Toronto beating the Rangers 2-1 yesterday, though. A nice little win for Toronto. Rangers kind of struggling here, 3-7 in their last 10. They're 8-2 against the Rangers. They've been very good head-to-head here. Don't know who's pitching for them, which I never like. I never like when the pitcher's not announced. So we'll see who ends up pitching for Toronto. I still kind of like the Rangers at home here with the Blue Jays undecided. It's never really the best sign in the world, and I think I'll take the Rangers at home unless there's some crazy pitching advantage with the pitcher that does get announced for Toronto. But I'll probably lean with the Rangers at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.